As we begin the process of blending these two data sets, there are going to be two fields in each of the data sets that are very critical to this. In order to match up the weather condition that was recorded at approximately the same time that a flight departed, we're going to need to know both the day that the flight and weather data was collected, as well as the time that the flight and weather data was collected. And the good news for us is that there are time and date fields in both of these data sets. But it's not enough for the data to exist in both data sets. In order for the blending to occur, these two fields have to be in the same format. So let's take a minute to spot check that and see if we're going to have some additional work to do to get the date and time fields into similar formats. Let's start with our date field. So right now I'm on the Ordweather worksheet, and when I look at the way that the date is formatted, it's presented as a number, and it's actually easier to see this on the Home tab. Let's click on the Home tab, and you can see up in the formatting, it's formatted to general, which general will accommodate numbers, text, what have you. And it's presented in this year, month, day format. Now let's hop over to flight data and take a look at how date is recorded over there. And when we flip over to the flight data worksheet, we can see that the flight date column, which is going to be the important field for us there, is actually formatted differently. Its data type is set to date, which is really just a custom format that presents it in that month/day/year format that we're accustomed to seeing. But if you'll recall from the earlier lecture, when you actually change its data type to general, then you can see that what's being stored underneath is actually an integer value. So we do have an issue here with the formatting being inconsistent between our flight date column and the weather date column. And we're going to have to address that. For time, I think we get a little bit luckier. If we look, we've got the times in the weather data are recorded as values ranging from 1, which would represent a recording taking place at 12:01 a.m., all the way up to, it looks like the highest value we have is 23:51, so that would be 11:51 p.m. Let's go over to the flight data and take a look at the time values there. And CRS departure time is going to be the field that we use for the comparisons. And as I look through, the format is the same. For time, we just got really lucky that the way that it was recorded in both data sets was the same. So the only thing that needs some work is this date field in the weather data, and we will pick up with converting that to the proper format in the next video.